Obesity is a chronic disease. I hate saying that. I truly do. But the reality is, it's true. And I think it's often misunderstood. When we say chronic disease, people hear, I'm broken, this is permanent, I'll need meds forever. And that's not really what it means. What it means is that I can't fix being overweight in the short term and expect permanent results. All right, Landon, hit the disclaimer. If this developed over years or decades, it requires long-term management, not quick fixes. And so crash diets, extreme restriction, bursts of motivation, these work for the short term, but if the strategy is not sustainable, people burn out. And they burn out, they rebound right back to the old habits. This isn't a character flaw, it's just physiology. And I know it sounds super repetitive to hear, eat better, move more, sleep more, manage stress, but the key part people miss is that it's not about doing everything, it's about finding what you can adhere to the long term. This is kind of the art of medicine overall. If I push the needle too hard, too restrictive, too intense, too perfect, people don't fail the plan fails the person. And so real medicine is working with someone's life, not against it. And then we fill the gaps with medication when needed. So the GLP-1s are a perfect example. GLP-1 medications have been incredible. They've changed obesity and metabolic health more than anything we've ever had. And the most common and very reasonable question I get is, will I have to take this forever? My honest answer is, it depends. I do view obesity as a chronic disease, and that means the length of medication use will be different for everybody. You do not have to be on a medication to lose weight. People do it with lifestyle alone all the time. On average, lifestyle-only weight loss is about 3 to 5% a year. And that's not a failure, that's meaningful progress, and that should always be the foundation. But we live in a modern environment where food is hyperpalatable, meaning it just tastes stinking delicious. It's engineered to make you want more. It's available constantly. And appetite management is one of the biggest challenges today. And that's where these medications help. We use the medications as a tool, not a crutch. We've had patients use GLP-1s to reduce appetite, clean up nutrition, improve sleep, manage stress, train consistently, and then they come off the medication and they maintain beautifully. The people who maintain the best, they almost always have at least 2 days of resistance training per week. So just a heads up, and there's a lot of literature to back that up. But let's get into the tough love component. And here's the honest part. If someone says they aren't willing to give up certain things, just plan for chronic use. If I can't exercise, I'm not giving up my sugary sodas, I'm not gonna give my beers with the boys up on the weekend, I have to have my pint of ice cream at night. Okay, that's great, but understand the trade-off. If you're spending 200 to 400 or 500 calories a day on soda, alcohol, sweets, so you can't move your body effectively, and you're not willing to change that, then the medications may be needed to curb these 300, 400, or 500 calories elsewhere. That's just math. And sometimes we can bring in other meds to help with the cravings, like topiramate. It sometimes helps with cravings specifically, to where you just don't want these as bad. But some people just don't want to give up certain things. And that doesn't make you bad, it just means that we have to plan accordingly. Also, it doesn't mean you need massive doses of these forever. Microdosing gets thrown out a lot and it's very trendy these days, but I do think there's some truth to it. We're seeing benefits from very small doses of medications like tirzepatide, where there's improved metabolic health, cardiovascular benefits, reduction of inflammation, and benefits even independent of weight loss. And so at low doses, these may even be longevity promoting based on the current data we have. Weight management is a chronic issue though. You don't win body composition, you manage it. So what we want you to do is look for the lowest barrier of entry for getting whole food nutrition, making sure you're getting adequate protein and fiber, making sure your meals are affordable, making sure you can prep them with minimal stress. And it's the same with exercise. Find activities that you won't talk yourself out of. If you can add friends, family, sports, competition, a lot of times it's harder to talk yourself out of it. Put it on your calendar and just plan to do it at that time. You don't work around it. You don't worry about, oh, I'll do it when I feel motivated. It's just what you do. Wednesdays at lunch, you do spin class at the Spin Effect. Mondays and Thursdays are resistance training at Training from the Ground Up. Friday evenings, you go on a family walk. Whatever fits your life, just work the activity into it. Wherever you have time to do it and can reasonably implement it, Do it and then be boringly consistent. Sleep to recover, manage stress, limit alcohol and toxin, get labs, optimize your hormones if needed, especially if you're struggling with the drive, energy, motivation, and then just live your best life. Obesity, being a chronic disease, isn't meant to take hope away. It's meant to remove shame, start with the life you actually want, and work backwards. Build habits you can keep, use medications where needed, use less when possible, and get out there and do something that your body will thank you for. Overall, that's good medicine. Like and subscribe if you have any questions.